Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 3, where, listen, this thing is still happening. Still an endless line of Kislevites up into our territory, but very, very soon, things are going to change. We are only one turn away from having basically a full secondary army with Minotaurs and everything. And once we have that in position, I think we're going to be much more empowered to sort of just push through all of our enemies and start taking stuff. Like, we're already in a place where we can hold off the whole wave with one army. So if we can have two armies moving together, set up ambush traps and stuff, I'm confident we can start taking Ice Court territory. And once we're doing that, we're going to have access to more major settlements and as such better recruitment. The number one thing that is limiting our army composition right now is just a lack of owned major settlements. So this, I'm hoping, is the way that we are going to resolve that. Plus, down here, we can build walls around our stuff. But, we're not quite there yet. We have some problems to deal with first. So, we have these three armies down here. And, worth remembering, we got Costalton up here. Now, Costalton is sailing pretty close to the Chaos area, but it's probably worth noting that he has just gone right past smaller armies without engaging them. He's gone past small settlements that he definitely could have taken without engaging them. It seems to me like he's probably coming for us directly, because that's very much like a high difficulty AI just ignoring all other concerns to make the player's life as miserable as possible. Tends to be the way of things. Most video game AI is motivated by spite on the difficulties that I play on, I find. So yeah, I think there's a pretty good odds that Costalton is coming for the Forgotten Citadel. Do we know what his... No. We do not, in fact, have any idea what is in his army. We do have a full army at the Forbidden Citadel, a full garrison with some, like, decent units. We got some Spawn, which are fine, I guess. Pox Riders are good. Some Plague Drones, an awful lot of Plague Bearers, which are fine. Basically fine. I don't know for sure that this army is going to stand up to, like, a full buffed up stack. While we're here, we should probably continue to pursue Nurgle recruitment upgrades. So I kind of want to rotate... I wonder if it'll make sense to move Falco up there. Because, like, after we finish recruitment, we could teleport past the mountain range, and then we could probably make it over to the Forbidden Citadel in 2 moves, I bet. Yeah, that might be the case. And then the bear's gonna roar soon, right? So we need to get Iglixis... Oof. We need to get Iglixis through an awfully large number of Kislevites, and then into the Chaos Portal as soon as it's safe. It is not necessarily going to be easygoing. I don't think we need that. Don't want to repair this because Thorgard Cromson's just going to take it again. Okay. Do I want to just sit still?
Warriors bow to no one.
So this army is it's not a full-size army, and it's damaged already. Although, worth noting, not currently suffering attrition.
The Ice Queen bows to no one.
Katarin's army is suffering a little bit of attrition, but is fully built and looking relatively strong.
As if it were skulls.
And then there's this somewhat unusual setup here. Yeah, that's a strange one, huh? I don't really know what to make of that. I mean, it's got an awful lot of large units in it, which is probably good for us. We've tacked Iglixis' army to be very good against large. So, like, what do I think they're going to do this turn?
I serve only the motherland.
Okay, Katarin can reach the capital. Or, the city, rather. The tower, you know what I mean. Zakar's not getting anywhere close. Valentin couldn't hit the capital, but could potentially move close enough to serve as reinforcements against the capital. So that might be the move. Like, they might just continue west and go after the altar, but it's also possible that Valentin will move up to reinforce, and then Katerin will go to the tower. And if our ambush holds and they try to just do that right through us, that's going to be real bad news for them. So I guess let's see. If the ambush doesn't hold, I don't know what I think they'll do. Oh, right. And Cran is still very, very slowly driving home. I wonder if it would have been faster to just disband him and then have him respawn. And like you can tell, he's not even revving the gas on that scooter. He is absolutely just taking his foot off the brake. Lots and lots of allied forces moving in, but unfortunately doing so in a really annoyingly disjointed manner. Multiple armies that are not actually full of troops, which is really annoying. Are they going to do it? They did go for it. Okay, well this is embarrassing for them. This is an auto-resolve ambush victory. I think I'm just going to take the... yeah, I'm going to take the auto-resolve.
My name, minions.
Wow, actually, we took very little damage there. Oh, interesting. We took very little damage there because it spread a lot of the damage across the garrison, which doesn't really make a lot of sense. I guess this is what could have happened if we had just held back at the edge of the map for like 2.5 minutes while they showed up. Okay, I mean, I'll take it. I'm not unhappy about that outcome at all. And then Tsarina Katerin still went to siege the city. But why, though? I believe you cannot retreat from a battle while you are in siege mode. So I think if we hit her with Iglixis, she just has to fight both Iglixis and the full Tower of Crack garrison. And there's nothing that she can do about that. Seems like not great play on her part.
Keep paying your respects to me.
Military. I mean, that's a lot of money. They're friends with pretty much all of my friends. You know what? I'm going to take it. I know we have generally not been taking military alliances, and I have very good reasons for that. But at the same time, it really doesn't seem like there's going to be much infighting amongst the chaos, like the real chaos forces, the player type chaos forces, until at the very least the Ice Court is dealt with. So I think we can ally up, we can generate some allegiance, we can. I don't know what we're going to do with all this allegiance. We should see if they will let us build an outpost, actually. Because it would be good to have more than one player that we can recruit from. Okay, yep. Cromson takes Winterpire. No big surprise there. Hopefully those Nurglish forces will continue pushing west and just wipe that faction out. We might even be able to ask somebody to do that. Just to call in a little bit of war coordination. Actually, maybe we should have done that to Kustaltin. I don't know. I'm so reluctant to disrupt the AI when they're actually moving their troops in a useful direction. That last demon unit that we were watching there before the turn flipped over. Okay, cool.
The Tome of Fate.
And it is Rift time. I really wish that we'd gotten an extra turn or two there. Never mind what I was gonna say about the name of that unit that we were watching. Let's all just pretend that it's a totally normal one that doesn't look like it's saying anything gross at all.
Demon Prince.
Okay, let us finish leveling up this spell first. And then we're gonna have one more point left over after that, unless they've upped the level cap for everybody. So right now,
Wrath thaws this frost.
the reinforcements from the Tower of Crack will come in sort of like from the side of the battlefield. Is that how I want this to work? Or I kind of want, will it let me walk around behind her?
Worthless.
No, we can't. We can't give a movement order that is within her zone of control unless it is to attack her or to attack something. That's fine. We'll just do it like this. If I take the auto resolve, it's going to kill all my marauders. We should probably do it manually. We can make the damage be mostly on the reinforcements, I think. And in fact, we probably are just going to do it the way that I theorized that it did the ambush battle. Which is to say we are going to wait at the reinforcement marker for 2 minutes, let all the reinforcement troops go first, and then get in. What I would have liked to do, had we really had the option, is set up on the other side of her, so the reinforcement troops would come in here, and then our army could approach as flankers. We can still try to do a version of that where we like move the army all the way out to here, and then have these troops approach. It would be easier if there wasn't a big impassable rock here, but we can still sort of S-curve the approach. So I want to play way back, way out of cannon range even, ideally. Ugh, boy. The impassable rocks really suck.
Souls for Slanesh!
I am absolutely going to just pack a lot of our units into the same tight little area here, because I want to be able to approach via flank. You have Vanguard deployment and can go outside of the little area. Oh, right, the heroes. Okay. I'm actually really curious if they'll try to approach us.
Show me your hell-sent fury, thralls.
They are moving,
Brutal unchecked.
but they seem to just be kind of like angling their army toward me rather than making any forward motion. Oh, this is lateral motion. And yeah, we absolutely are just going to wait, and then we're going to wait some more because we have to wait for the Chaos Warriors in the other army to show up. So it's going to be a minute or two here. Honestly, even at like 4x fast forward, it's probably going to be more than a couple of real world minutes. Okay, so let's let everything come in so that we are giving orders to the totality. Okay. So Chaos Warriors just like way in. Other stuff should kind of get close, but we don't want other stuff to get too close, and everything else is way faster than the Chaos Warriors. I think I'm gonna give it a second before I tell my own Chaos Warriors to approach. Yeah. Oh, never mind. I think they're gonna move toward that army, so. Okay, we might wanna actually all get moving. So let's have all of the non-Chaos Warrior melee approach. Oof. The forests between us and them are all within their firing range, it looks like. Okay, we can kind of approach to here. We have to be very careful about this though, because we don't want to get in too fast. I am gonna have the Allurus and the Heartseekers, and you know what? Also the Soul Grinders come up here and approach from this side. So we're gonna try to get as much of a concave around them as we can to really take advantage of our superior numbers. And no Chaos Furies until the shooting starts. The garrison army is going to be in rough shape after this, because we are absolutely going to make them absorb most of the opening. What's happening, though? Okay, they're repositioning to be a little bit more aggressive toward me. And in particular, to be more aggressive toward this approach, which actually I like a lot for us, as long as they don't actually move into shooting range. All right, hold on a second. Let's maybe have our Chaos Warriors, like, break here. I didn't realize we're still going to outrun. Maybe I want to. We've got to be. Yeah, we're definitely in cannon range already. Oh, I didn't tell Iglixis to move up. We should definitely do that. In fact, to move up with some alacrity. Okay. Yeah, they repositioned so that my real army would hit them first, which is kind of cunning, actually. More cunning than I would like. What I might do... Okay, interesting. They're moving in on us. So... if they push this front this way, it is going to create some difficulties for them as far as keeping Iglixis from just moving in behind them. But I think I am going to respond to this by falling back with all of the non-Chaos Warrior troops. And maybe stopping the Chaos Warriors entirely. It is really funny to me that they're, like, clearly aware of which army will be annoying to do damage to in the long term. They don't care too much about winning this battle. They just care about making my main army suffer more than my reinforcement army.
Chaos Warriors. I will raise it on the mortal foot. My next target.
They're very torn about this whole thing, though. Not really sure what they want to do at all. Oh, man. Oh, I want to drop magic on this so badly, but we don't really have a good area spell. Okay, right now you're facing kind of that way. I think the dogs are going in. I think it's time to start picking targets and actually executing charges here. I'm going to try to issue a Chaos Warrior move order on each individual enemy unit here. And then we're going to have to obviously adjust these a bunch as the battle goes on, because, you know, we're going to see people get broken off of their assignments by cavalry charges and stuff. But also, this will be a good way to have units running into the flank. And so you lot are to go more like this then. And I'm just going to have these Chaos Warhounds go after those archers. And on this side, Halberd Warriors just get up close. Axe Warriors pick targets. And then the rest of us will move back in when that seems reasonable. We can probably draw closer at the very least, though, now that they've sort of like re-shifted again. Re-shifted. And I'm absolutely gonna have the Blood Reaper just run forward. Okay.
Bringing doom.
Murder. I'm actually going to use the Chaos Furies back here to create sort of a, like, I want as many of their frontline troops to turn around as possible. All right, so they're going to cast that area slow on us. Are you serious? Are you... Chaos Warhounds are so bad. They're just going to straight up lose in combat, in open combat with archers. That's the world that my troops are living in. I guess just like come forward this far because you're really bad at shooting people. And I want to wait until these units are engaged a little bit more before bringing in the cav for the super flank. But I think it is probably time to bring Eglixis forth. We're gonna start engaging here, and I want to be drawing blood. I'm actually gonna give these ones. No. I do want them to end up over here because we want them to wrap around. I don't want them to just crash in. Oh, wait. I'm trying to catch these. These guys are gonna do a charge at some point, and I want the halberds on them when that happens. Okay, it looks to me like this is the time to bring in the cav. So let's go Heartseekers in on Streltsy, which can't really defend themselves. The Soul Grinders can push the Ice Guard, who are definitely much better melee fighters. And I want at least one of these units of guys pushing toward the area where the bears are and stuff. And you, I did tell you to go here, but I'm debating about just dropping on the cannon instead. No, I think this is right. We keep these things turning around over and over again. And then you just need to get generally over here because we're going to have a lot of spells for you to cast. I will say this is a bummer. This Snow Leopard is going to ruin my day just a little bit. Do the Bloodletters, I mean, does it make sense for the Bloodletters to just go at horses? It's not like maybe their most ideal play, but it's not horrible. Oh, right, I forgot about this army's Bloodletters. Get up here. Just get all the way up here.
Carnage unbound.
Yeah, flying a unit over enemy range like this can be really powerful because it compels them to turn a bunch, and anytime they're spending turning is time they're not spending firing.
Chaos Warriors.
Luscious deviants.
Okay, so we have a unit laid out pretty much ideally for the old lashing. Perfect work, perfect work. Yep, that's still good. Getting a lot of Bloodletters sort of caught on this small group of units here. But I guess it's not so bad, really. You know what? Let me just have you... just come over and help with this. Let's just resolve this really fast. You lot should actually back off. I want you to approach this way. We don't want to get everybody caught on the cavalry. I want units to actually be in position to do some work here. And I know, like, pausing every 3 seconds. I do apologize, but I want to make sure that we're doing this right because it's pretty important that we maximize damage output here. We need our units to come out of this in as good of a shape as possible so that we can get into the Chaos Gate.
Mass annihilation.
You know what? Actually, go to the cannon. Go to the cannon. We got... People are on this now. Yeah, murk 'em. Okay. Lasers are rolling. That is not... Okay, yeah, you're doing it. That's fine.
Army of the Dark Gods.
Do I want to just throw the Halberd Warriors into combat against that bear? Probably not. That's probably not that smart. Where does it make sense to Chaos Fury? Maybe here? Just help free this guy up as quickly as possible. Looks like the horses here broke off, which makes sense to me. That's what I would do. I would flee. You need to, yeah, just charge like way in here. Get in and hack stuff up. I do kind of wish that there was a little bit better AI that you could assign them a task like get in and hack stuff up. There could be like a couple of different engagement profiles or something like that. Why don't y'all just start working on that bear? And y'all over on this side also start working on that bear. Yeah. Whack that bear like you haven't a care. So the bear is all tied up in Chaos Warriors that are from the garrison. Chaos Warriors whose level of health we respect less than some of our other troops. And I'm kind of inclined to keep him that way, just like hold him still and shoot at him from a distance. This is the part where these marauders, though, they need to get in and start marauding, because we are going to need more bodies on this mass of archers. We are not fully in control of this area yet, and it could actually turn very sideways very quickly. Bloodletters, chop here. The other unit of bloodletters should also just like run in and chop. Get that cannon crew if they're not dead yet. So we're already summoning the Chaos Furies over there. I might want to readjust. Let me pull the Cav back. Kind of wondering if we want to send one of the anti-large monsters over to help with the bear. I don't want to be absorbing damage right up front with that, though. Also, I suppose there is the question, do we want to just do a shard drop right on top of our lord? Because, like, Iglixis can take it. I'm less confident that the rest of these things will be alright. Makes the move out with the Heartseekers even better. Oh, I should give you an attack order, though, too. Yeah, okay. And I don't think we're going to cast this Reign of Chaos reward. Let's wait a second and get the next thing on. Lots of murdering going on. Please let that go off before my reinforcements show up. There we go. That was a result.
Walking God. Chaos Warriors of Gold.
Raven!
Demon Prince.
Spearman!
Alright, they really want to fight the spears. I'll let them do that.
Without mercy.
Okay, those waves of ammunition for the bear. Didn't actually give the Chaos Furies their orders. Ooh, I do like that. Let's throw that on the Marauders, because the Marauders are lowest health and they're going to take some more damage here while this is happening. We can also buff them up and just kind of like throw a bunch of spells on here. Who is nearby that I would like to hit with the armor debuff? Or wait, is it... No, never mind. It's not armor. It's just physical defense, or it's just melee defense. So it won't help the ranged units kill the bear. But it will help the Chaos Warriors deal damage to the bear. I might just do it to their lord, actually. I'm just gonna dunk their lord's stats here. And you should get in there and hunt. Hunt that lord. Okay, we have more Chaos Warriors pushing in. This is going really well, actually. Ulot getting in on Katarina is probably a good idea. We are going to have to just kill the bear. There's no making the bear surrender. Still lots of work to do over here, though. Why don't you go after those war sleds? Yeah, that's a thing that these do have to get killed at some point, and not many of our troops are actually going to be any good at it. All right, eat little Grom. We got foot soldiers for the foot soldier stuff. Okay.
Sensuous diversions.
Oh, oops, not that. The whip. The whip is what I was looking for. Although, actually, there aren't enough enemy troops in any place for the whip to even seem good anymore. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna, Here we go. I'm gonna super melee attack and rampage my halberd troops. Let's really tear some enemies up here.
Send the champion of chaos.
Alright, our melee troops are doing a much better job this time of staying on task in battle. In part because I realized that the troops were, a lot of our troops were defaulting to guard mode, which is, I guess, just like an option. It's the default state of the guard mode option in this game, but it seems very strange to me. I'm glad that I found it and fixed it, and I will say that I do not think that it explains all of the weird behavior that we've seen, because it is absolutely for certain the case that we saw units like losing their melee units losing their orders before they even completed their initial contact and stuff. But units defaulting to guard mode does explain, at the very least, some instances of units losing their targeting. Very strange. Very strange to have melee units default to guard mode. There we go. Trying really hard to target Katarina with this debuff. Oop. A little bit of friendly fire there from Iglixis. There should be toast. And there we go. Can we actually kill Katarina before she can get off the table?
Repulsive and alluring.
I'm gonna try to get the Phantasmagoria to lock her in place. Oh, she's fast though. Aha! Ooh, that's a cool looking spell, actually. I think that's the first time we've ever gotten to do that and like actually see it happen. Why will this spell not cast? There we go. Okay, cool. So, a decisive victory, as though there could be any doubt. And we really didn't take very much damage on the real army. Yeah, that's good. That's going to heal off really quickly. And we left almost nothing alive. That's very close to a full wipe. Part of that is just her troops not bothering to save themselves. These Kislevites, you might call them brave, or you might equally note that they seem to have no self-preservation instincts at all. Those who refuse to run away will simply die fighting. So now we killed the two large armies. The only thing that's left is that weird like 13 unit army of bears and stuff. We stole her Iron Curse icon, which is very whatever. I might go so far as to say extremely whatever. Okay, we've got the Iron Curse thing.
A bloody tribute to chaos.
We get to finish off Phantasmagoria, which turns out is just a totally wicked looking spell.
Demon Prince.
And, I mean, we want to just go to the gate, right? Like, I don't think there's any reason to do...
Reborn to triumph.
The thing is, this army is nothing now, right? This army is totally shattered. So if we have Iglixis come down here and hit Zakar, then they have no forces left in this area at all.
Boyars bow to no.
Do I think the garrison will hold against this army? I think the answer to that question is a big maybe. I'm gonna do it. Let's be thorough. We're gonna have to take Iglixis out of the main battle area soon. And we want that to be, when that happens, we want it to be as safe as possible. And we're gonna trust Falco to deal with Castalton. Falco plus the garrison of the Tower of Crack, provided that he's gonna get there in time, which I guess I don't know. Oh boy, I hope we don't have to move Iglixis up for that too, because we're gonna have a really hard time doing it. Also, I wasn't really thinking about this, but a thing that is definitely valuable about the way we've played this here is that we have now wounded Katerin for some number of turns. She's going to be off the table for a while, and if I'm remembering correctly, we were told that only the faction leader's army can go to the Chaos Realm. So we have stopped the Ice Court from making any progress in the Chaos Realm for at least a few turns. This could end up being very valuable. This is a little awkward. We're not quite gonna get. We're not gonna be able to get a true flank because of the weird terrain here. But we can do something.
Repulsive.
So we'll do a couple approaches from this side, a couple approaches from the other.
Chaos warriors of Khorne.
I do hate that it feels like we are always running uphill at our enemies.
Souls for Slaanesh.
Drag their attention this way a little bit, I guess. Yeah, okay. Unfortunately, this time we do have to just run at them. And we kind of have to just wait. Everybody just has to sit back and wait while we line up the Chaos Warriors, because they are so much slower than everything else in the army.
Pain and despair.
I guess we can move some of you up to this side.
Attacks of pain. Deliver unto Slaanesh.
It's an interesting maneuver where they just form into a ball on top of the hill. Oh, there's like a little promontory here that is, man. Or a big rock, you know, whatever. I was like, why are my units splitting up like this? But yeah, that's actually very inconvenient. It's really good for the enemy, for there to be a big blocker there that splits us up. Alright, I think we're gonna use the Chaos Furies here. They come in and drop to half morale before anything even happens. Okay. The time has come for murder. So you lot try to get to the ranged. You lot try to eat this charge. It's a lot of bears. I'll give them that. It is actually like a problematic number of bears. We might... I'm glad I did this. I would not necessarily want the garrison to have to deal with this, but this is potentially pretty bad, actually. So this seems like an okay time for the Marauders to begin the approach. I'm just going to have the ranged hyper focus on a bear immediately. Yeah, also the bloodletters should be doing stuff. You know what the bloodletters should be doing? Just their very gosh darn best. That's all I ask.
Hoods of chaos.
Okay, they took a beating on that one. You know what? This seems like an okay time for some anti-cav flanking, actually. Okay, so here we got war sleds. These are the heavy war sleds. They're better actual fighters. They have only 70 speed, though. So in theory, we should be able to catch and destroy. The thing is, I don't trust the Heartseekers to actually win the fight against war sleds. They have 26 melee defense. Yeah, all right. Obviously, we want the Duchess here to approach the melee. And yeah, all of you, they have canted their force considerably, and so we are re-angling.
Power of an immortal.
Paramour of Slanish. Suffer! Divine dance!
Okay, we can definitely get some useful spells off here. First things first. Fairly obvious whip line. If she's able to hold those couple of units in place there, wow, actually, geez. Okay, I really underestimated how good the Heartseekers were going to be at that job. We have a snow leopard that's always with the snow leopards, you know? Okay, you're on snow leopard duty. That's how that's going to have to be. You lot, I think it's going to make the most sense for you to approach this way, actually. Maybe just try to melee that bear? Like, I do think we need to keep the soul grinders punching cavalry units for the moment. We got to break these cavalry units before we can really do anything else. But yeah, this is maybe a little scary.
Torture sweet kiss.
Okay, they completely killed that one unit of war sleds with remarkable alacrity, and I think I'm going to have them try to do the same thing over here.
Walking God. Eliminate
Over here and
them.
eat this frost maiden, I guess. And apparently the war sleds are getting, I mean, they're gonna get speared pretty bad here. This is gonna be a bad time for them. Right now, your tentative plan is kill a snow leopard, I guess, the whole lot of you. Okay. And the ranged units are gonna have to... I'm going to change them to the one that has taken a little bit of damage already. But yeah, wow, the Allurus took a huge amount of damage just getting over here. Well, we are certainly going to press these Sargard.
Extravagant despair. Sorcerer's lash.
Then we're gonna have to cast some spells here, but this is like really ugly. I am once again going to frenzy the halberd troops. Is their lord? No, their lord is on foot, not on horseback. That is a shame, because we would actually be pretty good at dealing with him if he was on horseback. Yeah, you can see our units still definitely losing their attack orders to some degree, even though they are no longer in guard mode. I think we're going to need a Glixus to report over here. I was kind of hoping to keep him over there until we killed the Ice Maiden, but...
Seekers of Slanesh.
Demon Prince.
Not looking super viable.
Agonizing death.
I help with this. Let's kill these war bears.
The Demon Prince. Brutalize them.
We are losing Chaos Warriors remarkably quickly here. We may end up having to spend a little bit more time than I was hoping outside of the Chaos Realms ourselves while we let things heal up and recruit fresh units.
Glorious annihilation.
Not my plan for sure. Okay, one of the bears went down. Let's realign here. That one. Realign on that. Unit of Chaos Warriors probably needs to just get out if it can. The Chaos Furies are doing a thing that is low value but also low waste, so whatever. Y'all can help with that. And I'm trying to catch the War Sleds with our Heartseekers, because apparently these Heartseekers are incredibly good at killing War Sleds. I hate to tell you this, but you're on bear duty now. That's the way that is. Somebody's got to be on bear duty. I mean, it would be good to catch the war sleds. We're probably not going to. I'm going to try casting Phantasmagoria right here. If they want to come back in and charge one of my units, they're going to have to step into the Thunderdome. And when they do, we will dome them good. That's not, you know what I mean. That almost sounded like what I meant. The Phantasmagoria does also have an effect on enemy leadership. You know, it's not just the one thing.
Demonite of Slanesh!
Alright, yeah, geez. The damage they deal is very significant.
Ascended champion of chaos.
Kill bear. Quickly kill bear.
Chaos warrior.
Chaos Warriors do not like to withdraw. They have no respect for their own well-being. Alright, Heartseekers kill one unit of war bears and get to immediately start chomping the other. Honestly, the shields on the ranged units are really powerful. I'm kind of surprised by how good they are, because it does feel like our ranged units get charged just often enough to have their shields break and then have all of the, like, their shields break and then they have time to regain before they get hit by the next enemy.
Evisceration.
Okay, so we've cleared 3 Kislev armies from our lands this turn alone. And you know what? We could use a second. We could use a moment to just replenish. Although we also know that there's ways to get instant full replenishment in the Chaos Realms. So maybe we should just go for it. Well, we're not going to reach it this turn anyway, I guess. We're gonna have to march mode just to make it back kind of close to the settlement, and then we'll see what we look like next turn. A lot of these units are going to be healed or close to healed. Obviously, some of the Chaos Warriors are going to be a little worse for the wear. The Allurus may have to be just a very fast-moving traditional wizard for a battle or two. But yeah, the power of a legendary lord, right? The all of the various buffs that the army gets from having a legendary lord around, plus the set bonus and everything. It is a big deal. And it is part of why I am so worried about Castalton, because our AI opponent here gets to have multiple legendary lords because they have confederated up some faction. Or they did, you know, whatever their weird little religious their religious schism mechanic was. They have joined forces together. What do we want to do with her last skill point? Pretty significant buff against Cornate factions. But I think general missile resistance is pretty good for a chariot unit. So given march mode, can make it all the way back to here. Yeah, we'll be in pretty good position by next turn. Okay, you.
Magic is siege.
Wait, are you really not allowed to teleport past the... Oh, no. That's very bad news indeed. Falco is going to get over here way too slowly, then. I wasn't prepared for how little movement Falco was going to be allowed to do. Well... There's no sense doing that.
Snow melts, changes state.
Do we want to like maybe direct some of our allies at Castalton? We can certainly afford to cash in. Let's go to the diplomacy tab here. So we only have 24 with you, and I do kind of want to save because we are using it. But at the same time, I am afraid that if we don't do something about Castalton, we're going to lose one of our major settlements. And like I was saying, our major settlements are the primary thing that we care about at this point.
Prince's Herald.
I am absolutely going to cash in allegiance from absolutely everyone. Can you not? Are you... Oh, you're not actually at war with the... They must not have met.
Supreme Deathbringer.
Because they would absolutely be at war if they could... if they had ever met, due to the rules of Chaos factions. Yep, you're just sitting here having maximum allegiance. Ugh, we have so much going on.
War unceasing.
I am concerned about this.
Time to savor.
I do wish it didn't feel the need to scroll the camera back to their capital every time we jump to a new person, because like that's wasteful.
Specimens required.
Okay, you we don't have any allegiance with. You we already did the thing. Okay. Let's hope. We do have a truly huge amount of money, so we may as well get to a Fortress of Slaanesh. We can start bringing in Keepers of Secrets and the most fanciest chariots. Don't we just love them? Outpost upgrade. Okay, lowers the cost of recruiting units. You know what? Sure. Yeah, I think that's pretty reasonable. So unfortunately, we may have to direct Iglixis further north here. If we lose the Forbidden Citadel, obviously, it's pretty important we take it back. And also, I'm going to be really annoyed. Oh, the Exiles of Khorne have confederated in the Broken Skull. That's fine. Yeah, I don't think that's a problem. Actually, it's kind of nice because we had just taken that military alliance with Broken Skull, or Crimson Skull, rather. Now we don't have to worry about that. So basically, we just got 3,000 favor for nothing. I can't help y'all. I can't help but notice y'all are just getting close to the coast, but not actually doing anything. I mean, that's kind of like helping me. So it looks like Kustalton dispatched an agent from his army to attack them. And then he just stopped near them, which is strange. But, like, that's... I mean, it's really good news for us, obviously. Anything that gives Falco more time to approach. Oh, the ogres are... I don't know what the heck they're doing. They're doing a very bad job of fighting the Nordlanders. Okay, yep, stuff's happening up in the Demon Prince realms. We're gonna get there.
Better to be by my side than in my
And
path.
greet us. Yes. All who would fight the humans are welcome, provided that they have money. Yeah, this weird Chaos Warriors faction that actually does settle stuff. It's a strange thing. Something about what happened to Qianlong outside of our settlement seems to have really rattled the dude. He's spending all of his time now just walking back and forth over the same patch of land. Alright, this is fine. Yep, people are actually kind of doing the thing. Poxmakers of Nurgle went to the Corn Realm. We got some World of Darkness here. Okay. Falco. Nope, teleport stance still not... Alright. Well, we can go the old-fashioned way. Oh, this is annoying, this army here. Okay, hold on. Can Iglixis reach them to kill them? Yes. So right now their zone of control is preventing us from moving forward as far as I would like with Falco. They'll run, and then does that put them in Falco's normal movement range? Not quite. But I could get really close. Okay. Hey, surprise, we won. Oh, we capped... Okay, we capped our stuff with all of the everybody. Alright, hold on a second.
Do you see?
Falco, my friend, my dude. How's it going? We got a new follower that I think you should definitely invite into your deal. Where was it? Yes, this master musician. We can probably get rid of the Tsinchian Zealot. Plus 7% campaign movement range. Like, this army needs it so desperately. Okay, I think I like a lot of the rest of this stuff. What about our items here? Spell resistance down within 55 meters. Actually, probably. Let's see here. Our current talisman is... right. That's not bad. I think we'll probably keep that. We don't have an armor... or we don't have a weapon for you. Oh, no, never mind. We totally have this Warrior Bane. That's something. Do you have... you don't have an arcane item. You do have an enchanted item. We don't have any spare arcane items. Dragon Helm's kind of crummy. The enchanted shield's also kind of crummy, but, like, that's just where we're at, I guess. Okay, so now that those fools are out of the way...
A bloody tribute to chaos. Kislev's fallen champion.
I'm gonna move you to right here.
Reborn to
Can't quite
triumph.
get in the thing. I'm hoping that I'll be able to teleport across if I need to teleport across.
I am exalted.
And you need to take this northern road. We're moving. We're getting there. Someday. Someday we will be there. Yeah, I don't think we want to spend anything in this area. There's nothing we could even build in the Forbidden Citadel that would matter. Do we have a better idea of what his army is now? We do. So first of all, what his army is they're suffering attrition. This is a very war sled heavy force. That's interesting. They have a bear, they have a cannon. These ice guard are really problematic for us.
As it was.
Y'all ready to do it? No, that's the wrong direct. What are you doing? What are you doing? That's the wrong direction. I wonder, oh boy, if they leave Castalton alone, I assume he's just going to run at my settlement because he seems to have shown a real disregard for everything else that's happening. Well, if the Poxmakers of Nurgle have a head start on us in Khorne's domain, then we probably don't want to go there. I don't know that it matters terribly which of the other ones we go after. Yeah, everybody's just running from him because instead of building whole armies, they're building instead of building a stack of 20 units with a little bit of money left over, they build 3 stacks of 8 units each. And that 20 unit army could be really powerful. 3 stacks of 8 units each are garbage unless you coordinate them perfectly. And even then, they're not as useful in total as the big stack would be. So they want to give us an auto-resolve valiant defeat. It doesn't show on this army what valiant defeat means. All right, well, I think probably rather than starting like a 30-minute battle right here, I think probably this is where we're going to call it for today. That screen's going to start running at a reasonable speed any moment now. There we go. It caught up. Computers. So yeah, I think this is where we're going to call it for right now. When you come back next time, we are going to try to keep Castalton out of the Forbidden Citadel. Losing this settlement, even though we will get it back quickly, losing this settlement would be really annoying because it will downgrade the major settlement building, and it's already going to take such a long time for it to level up to 5. But I don't know. To be perfectly honest with you, this does not look to me like a battle that we're actually somehow going to win. I guess we can all find out together next time. And we'll see you then.